I'm going to teach you guys how I use math every day in what I do. With Agave, there's some restaurateurs that just kind of wing it and go with it. I don't. Very detailed. We have manager meetings every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 3 o'clock, we get together. They grab their folder, and you guys are going to be looking in these folders today. What's in these folders are documents of my business, down to the penny. And you're going to see how we use math every single day, without even knowing it. It's not even hard work. You know, when you guys look at your textbooks, it's tough. I get it. Homework assignments, it's tough. I do understand, I was there. But it's something that math is good at. It never lies. Letters, people, everything is going to lie to you the rest of your life. Numbers never will. Math, I could have a manager tell me everything was great, but the numbers are going to tell me if it was great. Am I making sense? Mm-hmm. Numbers will never lie to you. Trust in that. Okay? So, this is all going to look like jargon to you, but by the end of the shift or this class, you're going to have a basic understanding of how my company works, which the bank president doesn't understand it, customers don't understand it, my parents don't understand it, my inner circle of friends don't understand it, my lawyer, my CPA knows, and my managers know. And now everyone in this room is going to know. So I'm trusting you to just kind of understand that and don't talk about these numbers. All right? Do we have an agreement? Okay. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. So let's get into groups. Just do you 5 right there. Well, we can do 4, right? How many we got in here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 people, 6 folders. How many are we doing?
Groups of 3.
Groups of 3?
4. Do groups of 4.
Do groups of 4. You divide it up. Hurry up.
Oh, I have to do it?
Yep.
Okay. Just have them pick their groups, right?
1, 2, 3. You first.
Okay, you,
4.
Brady, Henry, Lola, and Samantha. Go.
Garrett, Dylan, Hunter,
Austin.
You guys are
Stan,
Sam Nerby?
Dylan,
Who's Sasha? What's the next
Jared.
group? You? You're Sasha Bailey.
Dylan, Jaden, Giselle, and Jared. And
us 5.
Who's Kevin Proshowitz, my general manager?
Us 5.
Here you go, bud. Catch it. You guys go ahead and move your desks around. Who's Andrea Lang or Andrea Hefner?
Hefty.
Who's my son, Sutton?
I'll do it.
Dan? You guys? Here you go. You're going over there? You guys right there. Put your desks together so you guys can look at it. Here, you might as well. I got another group thing right here, so you guys can be a group.
Why are you separate?
And I've got one more if someone else wants to break off. Teacher gets involved. Where are you at?
She's chilling.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. Now, guys, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
We're going to open up the first page sideways just like this. Okay, I want you guys to see each other. Go ahead and open that up. Turn it around so you can see it. All right. Now, if I lose you somewhere, stop me. My name's Paul. Just say
I
hey.
opened this and I lost. So
Yep.
you're gonna have to. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. So just say, hey, just raise your hand. I'll come over and I'll explain it. Okay? So this is the first week of the year. If you look in the upper left corner, 2016, the date 1/1 of 16. The numbers or the letters below that go all the way down, up means Upper Lake Foods. It's a food vendor. It's where I get food. Big's Produce, food again. So let's go over to the next line. It says food vendors. Everyone see that? Okay, that's how much I spent in food every single day that week. 371 all the way down to 640. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Those are food purchases. If you go over to the green where it says food, everyone see that box? It says 8,600.
Yep.
Everyone? That's how much I spent in food that week. Okay? You go to the next aisle. You guys are young adults, so we're going to talk about beer, liquor, and wine here. All right, we're mature enough to understand that, okay?
No, we're not serving it to you, we're just talking.
Yeah. So you got beer. You guys see how much I spent in beer. If you go over to the blue, I spent $1,400. See it?
Yeah.
Liquor and wine. You go to the purple. You see that? How much did I spend?
2,578.
Okay, thank you. Now, other, that's something that is under the other category, which is like when people come wash our windows. When I have a maintenance issue, like a filter breaks, or a belt breaks on a cooler, I have to have someone come in and fix it. So that's under the other category. So you see on that week, I spent $1,100 on that, $92.85. Static costs. Static costs are costs that I have no control over. What I pay the bank for my mortgage, what I pay health insurance, what I pay in insurance on the building. Okay? These are costs that they will not change. They will not change. So I just put it in there how much it costs me a week. And every week, with taxes and everything, I spend $9,858.21. $9,000. My labor, it's basically the same. It's $10,000 because I have almost everyone on salary. So I spend $10,000 a week on staff to employ them, to employ their families, stuff like that, to build them a quality of life. So, if you look at that and look at the black number, it says negative 3,197. So that means that week in January, I lost $3,000. Okay, now if you go to the last one, okay, page through it, guys, all the way to the last page that's got numbers on it. You see that I made $5,900 that week.
Which one?
So when you
Last one.
last one.
Last.
So when you guys see that I lost $3,000 that week, don't worry because it averages out. Some weeks are better than some weeks, right? Understand how that works? That's the restaurant business.
Do you anticipate that with January? Is
Yeah, January.
Slow?
And here's another thing. Down here in the, would you call it mauve color, down below, where all the numbers are, you'll see that I have the day, the date, the temperature, the weather. So you'll see that weather will affect
Yuck.
it. Yeah, yuck means it's like snowy, rainy, you don't even know what's going on, it's gross out. But you'll see the daily sales, and then comps means employee food, like employees get to eat, they get a heavy discount. So we gave employees like $83 one day. Food sales, liquor sales, beer sales, wine sales. So now here's where the beauty of it is. Let's go back to the first page. Here's where the beauty of it is, where math and numbers don't lie. All right? Food cost. Do you guys mind if I write on this board? Okay. A successful restaurant, it's called the 30-30-30-10 rule.
Oh,
Not that one.
Sorry, that's the.
I would have got in trouble on that.
I would just have to watch it, it would be okay.
I was
Okay. 30-30-30-10 rule. Comes out to 100%. So you want to spend 30% on your cost of goods. You want to spend 30% on your labor. 30% on static. 10% is typically profit for improvements, like you want to put a new roof on. You want to buy new chairs for your restaurant. Chairs will last you 5 years. A chair in a typical restaurant is like $300 a piece, because you got to build them strong. The chairs you sit at home, you sit in what, once a day? Well, a restaurant gets sat in 4 or 5 times a day, and they're not nice to them. So cost of goods means how much I spent on the food, the beer, the liquor, and the wine. That's cost of goods. Those are things that I sell. You guys understand that part? So if we look here, now this is where you got to be bold. Tell me what my cost of goods are. What categories is it? And if you don't know, that's fine. You guys are learning here. You guys are freshmen. There's people that have been in my business 20 years that don't know what this answer is. So what would you say it is, guys? The food purchases, the green box. Cost of goods, the cost that I spent to buy these goods. So the green, the blue, and the purple. You see that part? Over here on the side. Over there. Yep. Next aisle over. Wrong way. One more. One more. Go up.
Is the green, the blue, and the
Yep. That's how much I spent on the food that week. Can you point to it so I know you guys got it? Perfect. Great work, guys. And you guys got it? Great work. So we know that's how much I spent on my cost of goods. Now we're going to labor. Where to know what my labor is? Say what it is, guys. You remember? What's the number? 10,000. Very, very good. Very good. 10,000. Static costs. My static cost? 9,000. So you guys know where that is. Good. So then the profit, that's typically what you want. Unfortunately, my company runs about 40% here. Labor is about 28%. And static costs, it's a little bit lower too. It's in the 20-ish area. And the profit we use to improve our building constantly. We have one of the oldest buildings downtown Hudson. So it takes a lot of maintenance. So if a manager says, hey, we had a good night last night, I can easily tell by looking at these numbers if it's accurate, if that person's accurate. Okay? The managers we have, close your folder. See the person up front? Dan's been with me for like 14 years. One of our chefs. Sasha Bailey, 6 years. Works in the bullpen, manages the bar upstairs. This right here, Sam Nerby, 6 years. My son, my whole life. Andrea Hafner, Somerset girl, 6 years she's been with me. Kevin Proshowitz, 8 years.
We got Tom Hanks.
Huh?
We got Tom Hanks.
Yeah. You got Jeff, he's a new guy, so we pick on him. He's about 2 years now. But you gotta be able to trust the people that are telling you your information. Because if you don't have the correct information, the real trust but verify should always be in your mind, guys. Trust what people say, but have the tools to verify it. If somebody tells you, hey, last night was good, look at the numbers again. You know, it's all right here. Every day when I get my sales report, I punch those numbers into that formula, and I find out if they're telling me the truth. If someone's lying to you, don't keep them in your life. That's a life lesson. Okay? You're not supposed to have thousands of friends, like Facebook says, or social media says. Your inner circle is supposed to be 5 to 10 people. Like the little group you're in right now, that's what you want in life. So when you're surrounded by people like I am with these folders, telling me the truth, and the numbers verify it, that's what you want. You don't need the drama. You don't need the lies. Okay? Keep that in mind. So, back to how math works. So if I'm looking at my sheet here, week 1, where I lost $1,700, I want to figure out why I lost $1,700. So if you look over into the vanilla colored looking, I guess you could say, where it says food goal, everyone see that? Over on the right hand side?
Yeah.
It says food goal. So if they were within budget of their food goal, we would have spent $7,600. Do you see that? But they didn't. They overspent. How much money did they overspend by? $333.69. You see that? So they spent over $300 too much money. That comes all the way down. That $300 on there puts me right around $1,000 I lost that week. But if I look at my repairs were a little high. Or I'm sorry, $1,700. They overspent $1,100 that week. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. Do you guys see that? So if they would have spent, if their food costs would have been spot on, here, I'll show you one. See the food bowl right there? You know what, not right, is it? You're gonna look at mine now. This is the master sheet. No, you were right. No, you guys are all right. I was looking at the wrong number. All right. I apologize about that. So we lost $3,000 that first week, right? Food goal was $7,900. That's how much I wanted them to spend. They overspent $700. Let's take that $700. That's how much they overspent. Why are you guys overspending? You talk to the kitchen staff. Why did you guys buy this? Why did you purchase this? Come to find out, they bought some knives, a couple more chef uniforms, stuff like that. But they didn't tell me that. I had to look that stuff up. You understand how that works? You see, the numbers don't lie to you. Hey, everything's fine, we're on budget. No, you're not. It's right here. So, let's go to a feature sheet. Can you guys find this for me? Where it says April features. One back. See that? Okay, good.
Shout out to the pork nachos, best nachos in the world.
Thank you.
Best nachos ever. I will even take them home and eat them cold and kind of soggy. They'll
Yeah.
really get kind of soggy when you
Put them on a pan, put them in the oven for an hour or a half hour.
I
Yeah.
literally just, I will eat them just like that. They are so delicious, even kind of soggy and cold. Favorite nachos.
All right, guys, we're gonna talk about food items here. Let's talk. Pick an item. What do you guys want to talk about in here?
Bacon chipotle, sauteed.
Okay, let's talk about shrimp tacos. Got it? Oh yeah. The shrimp tacos. So when we get a menu item, we gotta talk about how we come up with the price.
Hey, can anybody make a guess? I mean, he's gonna tell you in a second, but how do you think they come up, if you were gonna sell these shrimp tacos, what would you do to get the price?
Everyone listen up, guys. Go ahead, say it.
Probably the items that you have on it, like if you got, say, I don't know, say like cheese or something.
Yep,
you would use
you're on it.
cheese.
Yep.
And add that on.
Yep. Okay, so shrimp tacos. Okay, obviously, there's gonna be 2 tortillas. There's gonna be 4 ounces of shrimp. There's going to be 2 ounces of what we call bacon relish salsa. Okay, there's going to be 3 ounces of beans, 3 ounces of rice, or chips and salsa. There's going to be 1 ounce of sour cream and just a pinch of lettuce. And then on top of it, there is 1 ounce of
Cheese.
no, it's aioli, but what kind is it? Chipotle aioli. Okay. So what I do is I take, you guys know where the food part is, right on here? Let's go to the week before, it doesn't matter. So you look at my invoices, so I go to US Foods and you see an invoice, you look up that invoice and you see that I bought shrimp on it. And it'll say, you bought 10 pounds of shrimp for X amount of dollars. Okay? So in order to figure that out, I only need 4 ounces of it. How many ounces are in a pound? 16. Thank you. 16. 16 ounces equals 1 lbs. So how many ounces of shrimp do I have in my case of shrimp at 10 pounds? What would it be? Speak freely, guys.
160.
Thank you. How'd you come up with that?
I multiplied it 16 times 10.
Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
So then I take This number, ready?
Good catch.
Say this cost me $186. $186, how much is it per ounce? Can you figure that one out? This is tough and I'm putting you on the spot and do not get embarrassed on me here.
Well, you can tell them not to put in there, if you want to. This just sounds like science class, doesn't it? When you guys.
It's up to your table, your group. You guys are the alpha group
Sounds
here.
like math class.
Sounds like math class.
What?
Huh?
$1.16.
$1.16 an ounce? Right? So how much is it for 4 ounces? Give me the exact amount.
$4.64.
$4.64. So I know in that item of shrimp tacos, I got $4.64 in just the protein. The protein's typically the most expensive, unless you get into some exotic vegetables and stuff. So this is the number one thing you gotta figure out. Second thing you gotta figure out, the bacon relish salsa. We make that in-house. So in order for me to figure that out, I gotta take all the ingredients to make that, and luckily you only have to do that once. Once you figure out the prices and that, it maybe fluctuates every year, maybe a penny or two. So, let's say that came out to 30 cents. 2 tortillas, let's say it came out to 20 cents. The beans and the rice, or the chips and salsa, that's one or the other. It's just an add-on item. What would you like with it? You know, when you get a burger, fries or chips and salsa? It's not a big deal. So let's just say that's 75 cents. Sour cream. Sour cream usually comes in a tub, 1 pound, 16 ounces. So that's how you do the math of that. Same math process. Remember, these numbers never lie to you. It's nice. So let's say this is 18 cents. Pinch less is minute, don't even worry about it. Chipotle aioli, when you make sauces, they do get expensive. All right, who's the next group that wants to tackle something?
Can I ask you a question about this?
Go ahead.
When or where do you factor in the staffing cost for the time to make the bacon relish salsa? Or,
Good question. Did you guys understand what teacher, did you say teachers?
was that?
You call yourself a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if there's a new term, maybe I'm 40.
I prefer master, no, I'm just kidding. Penguin.
The penguin. So, when you come with the bacon relish salsa and how we figure that out, because labor, you gotta average, what's your labor person? Well, our kitchen staff, every full-time person makes a minimum of 15 an hour. So if I go 15 bucks an hour,
$15.
the person that's putting the bacon relish salsa together is 15 bucks an hour. Let's say it takes them a half hour to make a batch, right? To make a batch that's for X amount. We just divide that number into it. So the labor that went into that batch of salsa was $7.50. The materials that went into that salsa were, say, $4. And it yielded, say, 2 pounds. Okay, now you're getting into algebra. Are we out of time already?
No,
Oh.
we're not out of time, that's the lunch break.
What time do we have, what do we have time till?
12:03.
12:03, okay, we got time.
Yeah.
So, I am gonna leave this up to, gotcha. Okay. So this, plus this, not times. $7.50 plus $4 comes to what?
11, like 50.
Huh?
11.50.
So $11.50, it cost me $11.50 to make 2 pounds of salsa. So now you know So what's 1 pound of salsa cost?
Like 6,
Close to it. but-
25?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
$5.75 equals 1 pound. So we know how to break it down to an ounce now? 575 divided by 16, give me the answer, someone with a calculator.
What's it, Cody? 575 divided by 16.
We're doing 575
What is it?
divide.
Oh,
What am I, 575 divide what?
by 16.
35 cents.
Thank you. So 35 cents an ounce for the salsa. Am I guessing I was off a little bit here? So, you guys see how we come up with that? The labor, the materials, that's how you break down the cost of how much you make when you make it from scratch in-house. Meaning when you make it in the back kitchen. Some places you'll see, they'll get their stuff out of a bag or something. There's no labor cost in that, they're just paying for the materials. When you make stuff from scratch, you know what's in it. And we just prefer to do things like that. Okay, so next. I feel like I'm doing this wrong.
There you go.
Okay, now we're going to come up with how much this menu item costs. Which is like on your sheet right in front of you.
$16.
Okay, are we ready? Well, no, we already know what it costs on the menu. We're doing this with fictitious numbers. I don't know how accurate I am on some of these numbers, but we're going to come up with the menu item based on these numbers. So let's take 2 tortillas, which is 20 cents. Are you adding all these all up?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you come up with?
Start.
Sweet.
$6.20.
How much?
$6.20.
Okay? Now, in order for me to hit my 40% food cost, this is going to be tough. And you guys get this? You need to be in the math group above.
Hey now.
So,
He's saying you're ready for the next.
you're ready for the next level.
Ready for the next math class.
Okay? Because people don't get this. So 6.22, that's how much it costs me to make it. Now, if I want to make it profitable for the business, to help pay for insurance, help pay for my staff, help pay for their insurance, help pay for the building, the electricity, everything. That's got to be 40% cost. Okay? So it's easy. If we were running 33%, just times it by 3. So in order to do that, I need my calculator.
You just times it by 4.
No, it doesn't work. No, that'd be 25% if we times it by 4, right?
No, there's some weird math
Yeah.
calculation.
Hold on, I'll tell you right
It's
now.
like,
But you can start to see where it's going, right?
Yeah.
If it's 30, we're taking, dividing 100 into 3 parts, it's 33.
It's like a
If you take
tip.
it divided by 4, it's 25%, so we've got to come up with 40%.
yeah, I don't know
It's
about
like a
percent.
percent, like when you figure out someone's tip, they can divide certain numbers.
I've always been wondering.
It depends on how many people you have, so if you have 5 people, you divide, but you got
Yeah. Yeah.
or 50.
Better go point out.
Anyone got it figured out yet? Take your time. If you guys are discussing it, it's good. If you're discussing about other things, it's not.
So what do you want them to calculate, what do you want them to find?
Yeah, help me get this across. So I need to make this, put this on the menu sheet at this price. We'll call it X, got it. We'll call it X. X is, this is 40% of X. No. Help me out, teachers.
You want 40% of the total to be 622? Is Is that what you should go?
622 is only 40% of the actual, right?
So then-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dang,
So,
it's gonna be expensive.
did you do it?
0.4x equals 622, right? So we would take 622 and divide it by 0.4,
Yeah.
and that should give us, right?
That's what I thought.
Am I doing that wrong? Did you get it?
So what's my price?
6.22 divided by 0.4, what do you get?
1555.
I thought you was multiple, but I guess.
$15.55. You got it, you got it. How much is it actually on the menu?
$6.
Well, you got some extra,
Go ahead.
you got some extra tax. or-
Tax comes after.
Oh.
I know, but no, I get what you're
You were
saying.
throwing up rough
So that's
numbers, right?
just like-
Yeah, I was just
Rough
throwing up,
numbers
yeah.
you were just sharing.
Yeah.
That was seat of the pants, that was pretty close.
And it's rounded,
Yeah.
rounded up.
All right, so. You guys understand, you understand why math is important in the workplace?
Yeah.
And I think another interesting thing is, a lot of people are like, well, why is the food seem so expensive? When it only costs you $6.22 to make it, but in order for him to keep his restaurant open and get those new chairs and to pay his employees and so forth, he's only working with 40% there. It's not like he's got a huge percentage that he's doing there. So, even though that looks like a lot compared to that, he's really not making that, he's making just enough to kind of keep things going there. And obviously, so.
Right, like Excel Energy, you guys know what that is? We all have electric bills at home.
Yeah.
Wild guess, would you ever think that we spend over $4,000 a month on electricity
Yes.
and gas? That's what we spend,
Because you're-
$4,000 a month. You gotta sell a lot of shrimp tacos to pay $4,000 a
I'll
month.
eat your shrimp
Just to
tacos.
try to get an idea of that, my electric bill each month is about $110.
Yeah.
So.
Now staff insurance protect my staff. Pretend all of you are my staff, right? 'Cause it's about how much staff I have.
Well, you're making more of your work.
I have to have insurance on each and every one of you, because if you get hurt, someone's gonna protect you.
It is Bethany, she would get hurt. I would fall into the stove.
Well,
We also
you
have-
stepped on a toothpick.
I mean,
We also
that
have a
was
lawyer.
my fault.
Hold on, listen up.
That was Jackson's fault.
Okay, listen up. We also have a lawyer on staff. Okay? Say you,
Got robbed. Or something.
yeah, I can't.
Or you
think of
fell.
something.
Someone
you fell.
slipped on
Stab
sour
yourself with a
cream.
knife on it.
No, but we have stuff to protect you on that too. But say something happened to you at another restaurant or something, we protect our staff is what I'm saying. And that's not cheap. That's not cheap. Our staff, we have a CPA for them to help them with their taxes at the end of the year. And these are things that, yeah, our food may cost a little bit more, but we do so much more for our staff and our community. When we donate money to our community, it's got to come from somewhere. Okay?
And another thing you haven't even taken into consideration yet with this is the figuring the price on this one item, right? And he's not selling just shrimp tacos, is he? There's other
No.
foods in.
He's
And,
selling his pork.
I'm sure you have a good idea how much, the shrimp tacos sell compared to, what was the one you liked, the baby back ribs?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, if, do you think you would have to take into account, if one tends to sell more, it doesn't sell more? You want to think about that too, obviously.
You bring up a great point, okay? Now, the formula that we use for the shrimp tacos does not work for the ribs. And I'll tell you why, because ribs are a higher ticket item. They cost more. I can't do